I thrive in vulnerability.
Okay.
And like sad songs are just so much better to sing.
Gem dropper, hold
Yeah.
on.
Whitney Houston was singing about being a side chick, and we all were just right there singing with her. 4 years old, I'm singing along, like, wait a second. What I found through motherhood is something that I don't think music ever brought me.
Yes. What's going on, y'all? I'm Mia Bell, and we're back with another episode of BET Talks, and this time we're going from the bridge to the MF life of artist, lover, but most importantly, mother in music and in real life. Hey, Melanie Fiona.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, I'm so good to be here.
Girl.
I made it. We were talking off camera about some challenges to get here, but we're here.
You are
And
here.
that's all that matters.
And looking great, by the way.
Thank you so much. Thank you, so do you.
Thank
we
you.
obviously understood the boot memo today.
Yes, we're aligned.
We're aligned.
I'm feeling the energy.
What's your sign?
Virgo.
Ooh, baby, she's in the details.
Yeah, what about you?
I'm a Cancer.
Oh, you're the sweetest
I'm in the feelings. I'm in all the feels, and you're in all the details. It's a good combination.
Yes, very
We're both
much
on the
so.
right side of the chair right now. That's
Yeah,
good.
I agree. And you know what? All the feels that you brought us throughout your career, girl, they live here, okay?
Forever.
Yeah. Now, before we get into the music, of course, the new music,
Yes.
we're going to play a game.
Okay.
Because we like to have fun on BET.
Okay, all right.
I might trip you up a little bit. It's called This or That.
Okay.
So you got to choose.
Okay.
Podcast versus performance.
Oh, performance.
All the way.
All the way. I just feel like there's a lot of healing when people gather, especially to celebrate music.
Yeah.
So I love being a vessel. I love being called to do that with my life and my career and just touching people. It's all about the feels.
Yeah.
I told you, it's all about the feels.
And the way that you incorporate healing in your music, and of course in your real life, wellness.
Yes.
Would you say yoga or Pilates?
Ooh, I would say both.
Yeah?
Yeah, it really depends on what I need, you know? If I'm wanting to challenge myself to feel strong, I'll go Pilates.
Okay.
If I want to challenge myself to release, it's yoga, and only hot yoga. Like,
Ooh.
sweat me from head to toe. I want to be on a towel. I want to sweat every toxin out.
Now, when it comes to music, would you go Beres Hammond or Bob Marley?
I gotta go Bob. Bob was just an energy, and Barris is a legend. But Bob is, I think, you know, what he did, I think, spiritually with what he was creating through his music and how he was able to touch people and what he stood for and everything he went through to stand for that. And then also his legacy, just his children and the energy that is still bringing to the world. So he's infinite to me, so it's Bob.
And with the new music you're bringing into the world, you're definitely giving us Riddim.
Yes, Riddim.
Come on, I choose you. Miss Guyanese.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, and you're repping all the way. Talk about the space that you're in now and why you're able to give us your heart on these tracks.
Yeah, it's been a lot of living and learning and unlearning since the MF Life, which was my second album.
Right.
You know, there was a lot of success around that project, and in that time, it was about finding my voice. It was also about losing my voice. I literally lost my voice during that time, and it was really a spiritual wake-up call for me, and it became my ultimate mission to protect myself and my peace as I continue to be a creative and then eventually become a mother. I think for me, the thing that I always have been telling myself now that I'm on this side, putting out new music, back in the mix of creating and performing on my own terms, I always say, take your time, it's yours to take. And so,
Gem dropper, hold on.
You know the Cancer, she gonna sprinkle a little wisdom. But that's really what it is. It's like, take your time, it's yours to take. Like, this is your life, this is only you. You cannot move at the pace or the expectation of other people. But you need space to be clear on what your expectations are for yourself and what you want to do. And so making this music has been fun. It's been freeing, and I'm just happy to be able to share it at my own pace and know that there's still people being like, we want it, yes, thank you, we're
finally,
more, you know, more. So it's a blessing, it truly is.
Yeah, and you give us duality too. I love that, you know, when you first came in, of course we're getting the very emotional Cancer who was going through it all.
Going through it all.
4 a.m.
Saying all the things.
All the things.
It kills me.
Had me wondering.
On the wrong side of a love song.
Right.
Feeling things that you didn't even know. You didn't even go through it, but you felt it.
Right.
I know.
No, seriously.
I know. There were so many people that I ran into this week and they were just like, girl, I was in high school and college, had no business singing these songs.
Upset.
And I was like, I know, upset. You don't know, love. But that's what I'm telling you. Just look at me. I'll be like, this is what you don't want to do. Don't find yourself in these situations. And if you do, I got a song for you.
Yeah. And of course, now we can read the space that you're in. You're in love with life and your family, of course.
Yes.
It's a total shift, girl.
Well, you know, the thing about it is, too, is that, like, even when I was in happy times, I was still able to go deep because I really thrive in vulnerability.
Okay.
And like sad songs are just so much better to sing.
Yes.
Like, they just are.
They
like,
feel good,
oh
even
my
though
God.
they sad.
Listen, okay, Whitney Houston, that was the template for me. That was the blueprint, you know? So she's singing songs like Where Do Broken Hearts Go? She's singing I Will Always Love You. She's singing, what's my favorite one that I always cover at my shows? Saving All My Love for You.
Oh.
Whitney Houston was singing about being a side chick, and we all were just right there singing with her. 4 years old, I'm singing along. Like, wait a second. She said he had a family, a
all
wife,
the wrong things.
all the things. She was like, "You got your family." I was like, "Wait, what?" But that, to me, is the, like, all jokes aside, is the testament of an amazing voice and one that can convey emotion. And it's just, you get lost in the story. You're like, wait a second, why do I feel this so deeply? I've never lived this.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's why It Kills Me and 4 a.m. and Wrong Side of a Love Song, these songs, you know, have carried me through because people love a great song that makes them feel something. And that's something that I've always wanted to do.
And you're also a mama in the biggest of ways.
Ooh, child, I'm a
Girl.
mom. I'm a mom.
A mom for real.
Sometimes I look at my children still to this day. They're 8 and 3, and I'm like, I'm your mom?
I made
Like,
you.
You came from here? Like, what?
When you found out, when you were expecting, were you kind of like freaked out and like the fear versus where you are now?
So freaked out. So freaked out. When I found out I was having my son, I was in the process of making a new project. I remember being out one day and, you know, thinking about how I was gonna share this news, and I ran into a couple other artists, and they were like shopping in this mini skirts and these crop tops, and I'm over in the men's section like, what's the baggiest thing I could get to just like give myself. Meanwhile, my son was like kicking the door, waving the fofo, I'm coming out. At 3 months, I looked like I was 6 months. Like, he was like, you're not gonna hide me. Like, we're not doing this. And it was just an immediate lesson in surrender. But there was so much anxiety. The fear of like how life was gonna change for me at that time is what kind of crept in. And I always say this, like, that's probably the only thing I ever regret, is that I allowed fear to take over at the very beginning, and that I couldn't find the joy right away because I was so scared. But then after, like, quickly, somebody was like, just put the baby in the backpack and go on tour. And I was like, right, you right. And then I thought about my experience of how my child and my children now become a part of my life. And that has encouraged me to be even more of myself. Because I really do believe that it's important for kids seeing their moms and their dads. Well, I'll speak from the mom's perspective. That, you know, you see your mother being a woman, not just their mother. I love creating spaces for women in motherhood. I have a podcast with 3 other women called The Mama's Den.
Yes, we love the Mama's Den.
Yes, we love The Mama's Den. Those have been my sisters, my healers. They have been my tribe. They are my safe space for my children now. Those are the aunties, you know, like what I found through motherhood is something that I don't think music ever brought me, no matter what the accolade was and what the level of success was.
Now, with the Mama's Den, I see that you guys do your meetups.
Yes.
I see y'all stretching, breathing exercises. Tell me more about that and how important it is, especially for the woman's body.
Being in your body, being in your mind, being around other women and people that you can relate to as parents is so important for, I think, the sanity of moms. And you need a space to be, we listen and we don't judge, because sometimes the things that you feel as a mom, you don't want to say out loud, but they're still true, you know? Sometimes I'm tired of momming today. I'm tired of taking care of everyone else today, and everybody would be like, oh, well, you no one told you to have kids. That's fine. No, I don't regret my children. I'm just a human. I'm tired. I would love someone to ask me what I need. And I think that that's what the Mama's Den does, is that we want to check on moms. We want to make sure, and I want to make sure that women in general are well. The earth will not be well if women are not well.
That's a fact. Hello.
And so,
say that again. Look into the camera and say that.
The earth, the world will not be well if women are not well.
Yep.
So, so that's become a passion, and music has also led me to learn that as well. You know, seeing how women have healed or found themselves in a song, or I never thought I could get through that, but I got through that because I saw you get through it. You know, thank you for singing the things that I couldn't express. You know, healing is everything. It's really what we need more of.
Yeah.
We need more spaces to heal. Yeah.
And this healing space has allowed you to create more for us.
Yes.
I got to hear Mona Lisa's smile.
Oh!
Exclusive.
You are the first. You are the first.
And I love it, of course.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
And before we get out of here, I want you to tell us some things that you're saying yes to in this season. Say yes.
Say yes.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to say it to everyone who's listening.
Yeah.
Because it's affirmative. Say yes to being the fullest version of yourself.
Always.
Say yes to overcoming fear to get to the love and the life that you want. Yeah, say yes to opportunity. Say yes to possibility. Say yes. Everything that I have accomplished in my life that would be deemed successful or, wow, that's incredible, that's a once in a lifetime thing. I had to say yes to get there. And we often talk a lot about saying no. I love saying no, right? But I feel like I've done a lot of work within my life to set enough boundaries that now I can freely say yes. You know, I've set my life up in a place where I can say yes to fulfilling my own desires again as a mother, as a creative. So the Say Yes, the project, the song, I want it to continue to allow people to give themselves permission to go forth. Yeah.
And say yes.
And say yes.
Are you going to tell us the name of the EP?
Say yes.
Say yes.
That's it.
Yay. Now, Melly, you got to tell me about Melly Belly.
Melly
Because we're
Belly.
branding ourselves in the biggest of ways.
Yes. You know, after I had my son, I was in shock. I was in shock at the whole process of pregnancy, labor, delivery, postpartum. And I spoke on camera to myself. I recorded myself because I just knew I had to say these things out loud. I didn't see examples of women at that time for me that made me feel like what I was going through was normal. You know, snapback culture, get right back out there, hide your whatever it is, you know, and I was like, I'm not experiencing any of this. So I gave a very vulnerable, open journal entry, I guess I would say, on video, and I posted it, and it went crazy.
Was that the one with the tears?
Yes, definitely the one with the tears, girl.
Yes. I remember.
Yes, I cried on camera like a baby before it was cool to and trendy to.
Yes.
And I just really, I recognized that, I guess as an artist, as an empath, as a healer, I really knew that there was someone out there that needed to hear this story. And if I could be a voice in that space, then that was what I was called to do in that moment, and I wouldn't hide. I wouldn't hide, because it was also healing for me to say the things out loud. So when I put this video out, I started creating more content in the motherhood space, and I started picking up with music as my son got older, and I kind of stepped away from it a little bit, but then when I got pregnant with my daughter, Kaya, I felt like I was called back to it. And so it was like, this is a part of your mission. Your mission is to be at the intersection of motherhood and music, and your voice is needed there. And so I created Melly Belly as well, and it has been an online community, and it's been really wonderful in conjunction with the Mama's Den. And so, you know, Melly Belly, I have plans for Melly Belly. I have big plans for Melly Belly. And creating a community for healing and resources is the ultimate goal, and I'm building that as I'm continuing to build all the things I'm creating.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And your voice is needed there, and it's definitely needed here.
Thank you.
BET Talks, Say Yes. Make sure you stream it all, and you'll be back when the more music is coming out.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yes. Melanie Fiona, y'all.
Thank you, guys.
Chicken curry or curry chicken?
Listen, nobody ask me no warish questions, okay?
What about
the only answer
curry.
is the protein first. I don't care. It's chicken curry, shrimp curry, oxtail curry. I don't care. Egg curry, chicken. Listen. I don't want to hear no curry, nothing.